What is going on, Jerome's? Training camp rolls along on down the line. And now that we're getting into preseason, we're starting to see the rhythm of the regular season. So you got the Sunday late afternoon game against the Raiders on the 14th. And then you have Wednesday practice, which would be the first day of practice for a Sunday game during the regular season. Then you got Thursday practice. You'd have a light walkthrough on Friday, which they're going to do on the 12th. And then 13th is either a chill day if it's at home, a travel day if it's on the road, which it is this time around. So we're starting to get there. We're past the dog days of summer. Night practice is in the books, and now we're into the preseason, man. And there's a lot to talk about from Wednesday at TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill. Let's get into it. First off, so Chris Mortensen, ESPN legend, love him. He tweeted this, sharing insight from a wise and successful football friend. Hopefully it's not Schefter. The coverage of training camps needs two reminders. Number one, practice is meant for failure and learning. Number two, football is a contact sport. People get hurt. And number one, so when people talk about DBs getting burnt or quarterbacks throwing interceptions, that's part of the game. Because I want, especially this year, you're seeing Ed Donatello's defensive philosophy, and Donatello was a defensive back guy, so he is stressing aggressiveness, very aggressive, just getting after it. You think of the Bears DBs when he was there as defensive backs coach. You think of the Broncos DBs, Patrick Surtain and company, Justin Simmons, etc. When he was defense corner of the Broncos, they will go after it. And guess what? In one-on-one spots, if you gamble and you lose, you're going to get burnt. It is what it is there. But some of that you love to see in 11-on-11s, both in training camp as well as night practice, that the DBs, they're going for it, man. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with a high variance defense, because if you're gonna make a big mistake. Don't really care. But the pass rush will be there. There will be some errant throws, and if the DBs are gonna gamble, sort of cheat on the routes, I'm okay. Big time plays. Big time players make big time plays in big time games, man. And number two, yeah, injuries happen. Go back to one. So quarterbacks. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, Kirk's throwing interceptions. Kellen Mond's throwing interceptions. You want your quarterback to stretch the limits of what's possible for him. Like, you want him to test things out. Can I make this throw? Is this going to work? What about this concept? And then you have a convergence of DBs gambling, quarterbacks being a rambling, gambling man, Kirk Cousins being Bob Seger out there. Guess what? You got some high variance football, man, and it's a lot of fun, frankly. But don't sweat about things. Like, would you rather have Cousins be really opening up the throttle in practice, or do you want him being Charlie Checkdown, just dumping it off? Whatever. Thomason. So, yeah, training camp is starting to wrap up. We're trying to get some presents from the National Media Jabroni Haircuts. Colleen Wolfe, D'Angelo Hall, he was a good cornerback, but his agent needs to be in the Hall of Fame, because I think D'Angelo Hall got more money. He got the most money in NFL history comparative to how good he was, and he was a good player. Crazy, man. Thompson. Safety Lewis Cine back at practice for Vikings after excused absence Monday, but still out are Caleb Evans and Dan Chisena for undisclosed injuries. Now, Doogie said that Caleb Evans' injury was minor. No word yet on Diamond Dan Chisena, so it is what it is. But again, it was our pet peeve. Monday night practice, Lewis Cine, the team didn't announce that he was going to be gone, excused. They didn't tell the media. They didn't tell the fans. They put up Jumbotron. So all night, fans and media were like, where's Lewis Cine? He's not on the field. He's not on the sideline. Thinking worst case scenario. And then afterwards, like, yeah, gone. Whatever. Thomason, Vikings linebacker Jordan Hicks with the second interception this training camp off Kirk Cousins. I think low-key Jordan Hicks has been one of the champions of training camp. I think he's done really well. I think he's really integrated nicely into the defense. I think that so the big question was what's going to happen with Anthony Barr, his running mate with Eric Kendricks. Well, I think Jordan Hicks is going to be perfectly fine. In fact, maybe even better, specifically in this 3-4 defense at inside linebacker with Eric Kendricks. Vikes insider Jalen Naylor with a leaping touchdown grab over the top of Perry Nickerson. Now, Jalen Naylor, so the depth chart, they listed ISM and Jalen Naylor in the punt return competition. Jalen Naylor, to me, I think is still in the running for wide receiver 5'6". But I believe in his talent. I think eventually he's going to be a guy. So can't wait to see him in training in preseason. Vikes. Kellen Mond floats one up for Tristan Jackson deep downfield, who makes a tremendous catch with Chris Boyd all over him. And Tristan Jackson is another one of those guys. Him, Myron Mitchell, Jalen Naylor, guys that have really impressed at the bottom of the depth chart. I mean, the Vikings go deep. They go deep at wide receiver, man, pun intended. Gessling. So this is the story of the day. Second round pick Ed Ingram is taking reps with the number one offense at right guard today. Jesse Davis is currently at right guard with the Vikings number 2 offense. Now, Ed Ingram had gotten work with the ones in non-padded practices when Jesse Davis was getting a veteran day, but this is different. This is full pads, full contact, getting run with the ones, and Jesse Davis with the 2s. Woo, woo. Like to see it, man. But not so fast. Jesse Davis is back in a right guard with the number 1 offense during the 2-minute drill period at the end of Vikings practice. So you're starting to see O'Connell and Phillips and Cooper and Rascati trying to move things around. And I think that you're going to see this more and more. And I wouldn't be shocked if Jesse Davis sits preseason. Because he's a veteran. Yes, he's on a new team. You'd like to get him some chemistry reps, but that's what practice is for, too. I mean, Ed Ingram, getting him as many reps as possible, making it extremely likely that he's going to be the starting right guard week 1. Even though I understand, they gave Jesse Davis 1 year, $2.75 million fully guaranteed, a $3 million contract. I fully understand that, but if Ed Ingram is the better player and he's got a much higher ceiling and he's the future, you got to think about it. Sure. And then, Ed Ingram, Jesse Davis, that's happening. And then, insider, Cam Bynum intercepts Kirk Cousins during 2-minute drill. And Kirk Cousins threw interceptions, but Cam Beasley has had a phenomenal camp. There's a reason why Lewis Cine is still running with the 2s. But yeah, Cam Bynum has fantastic, man. Arif, also Cameron Dantzler has stacked a bunch of good days together, but today was something else. Fantastic practice from him, including in reps against Jefferson. And it is one of those best sharpens best, iron sharpens iron, where Dantzler going up against Jefferson and Thielen every single day. I think that he's one of the players that's really established himself because he came in as a starter opposite Patrick Peterson. I think he's really cemented his spot. Even though Booth is rising, even though Evans was rising before his minor injury, I mean, Dantzler's came to play, and I think that his ceiling is extremely, extremely high. Lastly, Thompson, as Vikings rookie guard Ed Ingram, if anything, should be read into him taking first-team right guard snaps for the first time in practice. Jesse Davis didn't sit out. I guess it is. I guess they want to see where I'm at, like on the team, and see where my work ethic is at. And I do think that it might be happening. Wrong. No, I do think it might be happening because I think Jesse Davis, if he plays in preseason at all, it'll be limited. And I think Ed Ingram is going to get a lot of 1 and 2 first and second team offense work. I think the Vikings are going to get a real good look to see if they want to trust a rookie at guard going forward week 1 against the Greasy Grime Green Bay Packers. But that's it. One more padded practice on Thursday, walkthrough on Friday. Well, not walkthrough, but you know what I mean. No pads, be half speed, whatever. And then Sunday you got the Raiders. But that's it. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts. Wednesday practice recap in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.